simplest to the rarest of materials, from the barks and fibers of plants to the densest of hardwood, from paper and clay and precious metals to that most wondrous substance, a mind in flight, expressing itself in a torrent of words. These are the materials from which our traditional artisans and craftsmen have built solid and grounded traditions. Fragments of a nation waiting to be made whole. By men and women who bring an entire culture and knowledge system into their creations. These are the chosen materials of indigenous craftsmen. They who are the embodiment of Dayaw, our knowledge, our pride. All throughout the third season of Dayaw, we've admired the materiales fuertes, stone, silk, abaca, clay, wood, cotton, gold, even ivory. We've peeked into the minds and the personalities of traditional artisans. We know their patience, their skill, their strength. On this last episode of Season 3, we celebrate the most inspiring of materials from which we have sought to build a nation. Nothing simpler, more powerful, more moving, and inspiring than words. Dayaw strips throughout the Philippines have allowed us to interact, listen to, and record many traditional chanters and singers. While it will take scholarship and traditional knowledge to translate faithfully the many chants we have recorded, it is possible to glimpse in these torrents of words traces of a people's character.
Ko pasikana miya padaku dele meae na tiabi orastole baniana mapago matanae la ko tendegang ko imang kau to seram.
In the sonorous and elegant singing of a Maranao honor or professional chanter and entertainer, we glimpse the refined manner of the Maranao. As well as a lifestyle that revolved around royal patronage in a courtly life.
Kailangan kasi ng honor para yung sabi natin pag may mga occasion yung mga mayayaman sa atin, pinapakanta sila yung honor. Yung kanta ko, yung kanina, baga yung mag-asawa kasi nagkalabingan sila, nagkasundo sila, nagkahiwalay sila kasi may isang salita na hindi nila nagkasunduan. Kaya sabi naman yung babae, kung baga sa alis ka, kasi na iwanin mo ako, pag kung baga nabalikan mo ako, hindi mo na ako mababalikan kasi iniwan mo ako na walang dahilan. Ay din ay ako pa mandudain di kay. Pwede sa wedding or kung baga na may naghiwalay na gusto sila magbalikan, ayun, pwede din kanta.
Oray nga tanong kuriban, dahil di marabutit dahil tayong kataman-tama.
In this verbal joust recorded, among the Tingyan, we sense a communal humor and a love for salty humor. Good-natured jesting and quick wit.
Kala kenadu humkum angat memata
ila das kulun menyamon kemah anam dun angat mamatai tamimbul monyo udelen mol uidu mon anyamon kemanam dun ini nungol lingot nukui an moyo uyu ben bulana uy dekade kon lekoduk monyo.
In Rosie Sula's chanting of the Tiboli epic Tudbulul, we come to understand the need for physical energy, for mental agility, and for sheer vocal power that allows traditional chanters to go on chanting, sometimes for days on end.
If you are not gifted, you cannot sing Tudbulul. Many chanters here in Lake Cebu, marami, kahit mga matatanda na, may mga chanter din tayo. Ngunit, hindi nila ma-differentiate yung mga kinds of voices. Hindi nila maano yung tudbulot. Uy, dilaan kalabuin, mungon nga hanitan libud kunta. I am very happy to work at the NCIP because they consider me when I went abroad to other countries to promote the Tivoli culture to represent the Philippines. Just last August, I went to Milan, Italy to sing there, invited by government of Milan. Then through the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, NCCA, I sang there because based on the research of Mr. Yuval Avital that the highest tonal range of voice is the Boli tribe. So because when we sing, we start from the highest note down. So yung una, introduction, ang sinasabi doon, everyone is welcome to Kunohofo and you, visitor God, will bless you. So it's a privilege you come to my place. You see my small house, Gonoudi. So Gonoudi, where I used to rest when I am in the field and do planting the different kinds and varieties of palay, which my mother and my parents gave me. And then all the indigenous crops. And then welcome to Gonohofo, the long-legged house where the old folk used to stay when there was critical situation before. And then the Lawig Tonok, where our old folks stay when there is typhoon and earthquakes. Then the Angat there, it narrates that where to watch Maya birds.
Words becoming chant. Chant becoming ritual. Ritual becoming a means to communicate with the ancestors. Communication with the spirits revealing a means to heal. In this first ever footage of an Ifugao healing ritual, words become a means by which an anti-belief system is put to use for the healing of a sick community member. The rituals were conducted by a Mumbagol, a shaman considered higher and more powerful than a Mumbaki. The Mumbagol has a deeper knowledge of rituals and a vast store of prayers and chants for healing and agriculture rituals. The healing rites were for a community member who had undergone a severe and long-lasting bout of what we may call mental illness. For the Mumbagol and for the community, the soul or spirit of the afflicted had been lost and needed to be retrieved.
There are other form of healing rituals that do not have to call all the deities, the group of deities. See, all this group of deities are specialized on certain sickness, healing certain sickness. The term for the highest form of baki is ohag. So that's the ritual. So the priest who will perform that is called mangohag. So the priest that perform certain ritual is named after the ritual. Like the one that we just performed. The one that we just performed is opah and pahang. So the name of the one who performed the opah is called mangopah. And the one who performed the pahang is called mamahang. Or munopah rather, not mangopah, munopah. Yeah, it's the name of the mumbaki who performed the opah. And the pahang, munpahang. It's the name of the mumbaki who performed it. Also, there are rules. Let's say a certain mumbaki reach the highest level, mangohag. But if the host perform an ohag and he's related to one that's lower in rank, he may use the one lower because he's related to perform certain functions. So it's the host that assign the mumbaki parts. So even if you have the highest, if you know the highest form, you can perform a lower role, if that is what the host assign you to do. We really need more mumbaki. It's imperative.
This ritual lasted a whole day and night, and Dayaw is able to show only a small part of it. But through such documentation, we are able to preserve rituals and chant for future study. Studies that may further illuminate how words and ideas and chant can take us beyond current reality into the realm of the healing spirits.
Susunod sa schoolmates, toxic or ideal? Pagdating sa relationships, ano ang green flag or red flag para sa'yo?
So far sa akin, yung green flag, siya yung magbibigay sa akin ng signals na kung pang short term ba siya or pang long term talaga.
Pick your poison. Okay, may imperfection siya, but that doesn't necessarily mean na ika-cut off ko na siya from my life. Because I'm gonna assess that muna.
Musobra na tayo. Ano ba talaga tayo?
Masaya lang.
Sali na sa usapan guys. It's Schoolmates, Huwebes, alas 8 ng gabi. Dito lang sa inyong PTV. Disaster Watch. Mga paalala pagkatapos ng lindol. Suriin ang iyong sarili at mga kasama kung may tinamong pinsala. Magbigay ng paunang lunas kung kailangan. Unahin ang mga pangangailangan ng mga matatanda, buntis, may kapansanan at mga bata. Kung nasa tabing dagat at may banta ng tsunami, agad na lumikas papunta sa ligtas at mataas na lugar. Suriin kung may natapong nakalalasong kemikal at mga bagay na maaaring pagmula ng sunog. Huwag bumalik sa loob ng gusali hanggat walang abiso na ligtas na ito. Sa panahon ng sakuna, dapat laging listo.
In the tradition of the poetic jousts, we find a very different kind of debate. Elegant, civil, clever, couched in beautiful language, bordered by old-fashioned rules. The Philippines is so rich in the tradition of poetic jousts. Once they were mainstream forms of entertainment and discourse. Today, these exercises in spontaneous wit and quick thinking are fast disappearing. From the Ilocos Ilocos region. The dalot is one example of oral literature that is sung to commemorate important events. It can be performed as poetic joust between a man and woman.
Daldalot dumidinalang at daldalot dalidalang.
In this recording, the dalot is sung to mark the marriage agreement of two families.
Ay tadaldalot dumidinalang dalidalot dalidalang. Ang dalot ay isang uri ng sinaunang oral literature o oral tradition ng mga Ilocano. Ito ay ginagawa sa halos lahat ng mga okasyon ng mga Ilocano. Pamamanhikan, saka sa kasal, pagkatapos ng kasal.
The Awitan of Tayabas, Quezon is considered an extension of the Holy Week Passion, as it is sung to commemorate religious feasts.
Lilibot kami ng isang bahay at lilipat naman sa isang bahay. Panawagan, pagpupuri, pagbiyaring tanda, dasal, tapos ay pasasalamat at saka pamamaalam. Iyon ang kabuuan.
Magpakasal na kita.
Kasal? Kay nano? Katrato ta ikaw?
Ay, si Ibiyang ay nagagpagpakipot. Bisan diin nga simbahan, pakakaslan ta ikaw.
Adoy! Ang pagliwan lang nga ni San Sarwal, diri mo nahihimo. Ang magpakasal pada sa akon? Bisan ka paguryo, magpahalas. Halas maguro, alingbot sinin akon. Lawas, diri ka gaguryo sa akbaka. Dalas tunwaray, debosyon kada oras, oras.
More topical and humorous in nature is the smiling of Sama.
Among pasundaya, guwaring akol, tura, tumpaka, napon na gudimawala. San masiplatan ko, animuka, himo dayon nga na, indigan kasing ko. Pananglit ko, inday ako mandi, puryo maruyag ka, banga kun mako ang swelo. Lastima daw ibiyang pagpanima, tima siya kuma, sa kasunod nga si Mana.
Actually, smiling, based on the research, is a courtship dance in poetic lines and in the form of a song. So, it started with Balitaw. Balitaw is an impromptu joust in poetic lines also. Actually, the purpose of the Balitaw is for fun. So, there will be two performers or contenders. Then, the performance will revolve around the contender's shortcomings. Kaya yung iba magtatanong, Balitaw? Or really? So, kaya tinawag, it's called Balitaw. So, then, naging balak. So, next to balak, parang extraction. Balak is an extraction from the Balitaw. Balak is a Waray term, which means your intention. Your balak. It's a Filipino term actually, Tagalog. So, it's a poetic joust also. Then, in 1800, it revolves during the Spanish period, tinawag na amoral or amorasyon from the word amor, which means love. And during the time of the Americans, binago na naman yung pangalan. So from Balak to Amoral or Amorasyon, then to Smiling from the word smile. Kasi nga, it's for fun. So nakatawa at nakangisi lahat yung tao. You love the person, show your love through poem. Through singing. Hindi siya poetic lines. It's singing. On the spot. So, mahirap. Napakahirap, pero maganda. Siyempre, kung ikaw yung babae, in the end actually, in the end, pag nagkakaroon ng partnership, in the end, nagiging sila at maraming kinakasal. Kasi may impress yung girl doon sa lalaki. Nagiging sila. May history, may records, talagang yung nagtatambal lagi, nagiging sila in the end.
Mga lagpusay mo, ibig sa kinabo, ikaw ikabutan, swerte. Maling ka mo, isa na akong, pobre akong popo, marong grande na akong isip. Ibiyang.
Ampot sa imo!
Ibiyang.
I-connect po sa ngayon nga kabataan po. Dapat naman po talaga yung mga babae, sa tradisyon po natin bilang Pilipina, hindi po tayo, sabi na natin easy to get, di ba? Kasi marami po talaga ngayon na parang nagkakamali sa pagpipili. Kasi konting kibot lang ng lalaki na nakukuha agad. So, dapat siguro bilang isang Pilipina,
Ma-preserve yung pagka-Pilipina.
oo,
Sa parte naman sa amin, siguro mas maganda yung sinaunang panahon yung pagko-courtship. Kaysa sa ngayon, parang tinetext na lang, magkikita tayo.
baga
Girl na yun, opo.
nasusukat mo talaga.
Yung dati, yung pagko-court sa babae, pahirapan. Dati nagsisibak, nag-i-give ng tubig, namamanhikan. Sa ngayon nawawala na yun Parang isang text na lang, andyan na agad. Madali lang maano sa Facebook, madali lang makita sa YouTube. Parang sa isang saglit lang mag-eyeball agad. Ayun, ganun na. Parang nawawala yung tradisyon natin. Yung sa Kalbayog, parang pinipreserve na sana yung mga taga-Kalbayog nun, yung mga babae may pakimi din. At saka yung sa mga lalaki naman, dapat pursigido kung talagang mahal mo yung minamahal mo.
The awitan, dalot, and ismailing are only 3 examples of oral literature that Filipinos from all over the archipelago have performed. Each one captures a distinct facet of the Pinoy psyche, from the deeply religious to the charming and humorous to even the nonsensical. With these torrents of words and music, we Filipinos have been able to strengthen our spirituality, our relationships with others. With words, we have been able to laugh at ourselves, to love, to cope, to express fully and joyfully, above all, artistically.
Pagkakataon nyo ng maglingkod para sa bayan. Inaanyayahan namin ang lahat ng mga individual na may talento at dedikasyon na mag-apply sa aming mga bukas na posisyon. Engineering Division, Administrative Assistant, Audio Operator, Broadcast Operations Technician, Camera Operator, CCU System Technician, Musical Spinner, Studio Light Operator, Technical Director, Vision Mixer, TOC Technician, Uplink Technician. Ipadala ang iyong resume sa hireme@ptni.gov.ph. Good vibes ba kamo? Sagot namin ang umaga ninyo! Mula sa balitaan,
Makakakwentuhan natin ngayong umaga.
bagong kaalaman,
Hoping for the success.
hanggang sa Unli Chikahan. Kasama ang RSP Morning Barkada. Rise and Shine Pilipinas. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 6 ng umaga. Dito lang sa PTV.
Perhaps chants, epics, poetic jousts are still so deeply ingrained in our genetic memory that young Filipinos have taken so well to contemporary forms like rap and lately spoken word. Listen as young spoken word artists perform with a passion and conviction our ancestors would have identified with.
Baka ang aking tula ay hugot ang ginagawa at siya lamang ay nakaranas ng ganito katinding sakit pait luha. At lahat ng pinagdadaanan ninyo, lahat yan, walang sinabi sa sakit pait luha.
I don't think there are formal rules na we can apply or should apply sa performance poetry or sa spoken word na unlike yung mga formal rules ng poetic jousts na may meter, may format din yung bagsakan ng dalawang contenders or dalawang performers, dalawang nagbabalagtas for example. Walang formal rules.
Nang minsan dinapuan ako ng sipag, napansin ko kung gaano nakalawak ang nasasakupan ng mga agyo sa aking kwarto. Duyan silang nakalundo sa bawat sulok at doon nakahimlay ang mga hungkag na bangkay ng mga nabitag na insekto.
Kailan ko nga ba huling binigkas ang iyong pangalan? Di ko natanda. Marahil isa sa maraming gabing nang kitang nakahiga sa aking kama. Nakatalikod ka. Ibinubulong ko sa iyo ang kay timyas mong pangalan.
Bubulungan ko ng mga matataimtim na lihim at mainit na pagsinta ang iyong Valenzuela. Habang pinipintahan ng mga halik ang parehong Quezon City mo at Manila. Naway madama mo ang pagkumpas ng aking dibdib sa Navotas at Malabon na humakampas na nagbabahang mga alon ng pagnanasa. Sisisid ako at aahon sa mga ilog at sapa ng Pasig at Marikina.
Personal rules ka about it sa performance poetry or spoken word, dapat it shouldn't be afraid to be honest and not afraid to be original.
Naniniwala akong kabigha-bighani ang mundo at ang tula, tulad ng tinapay ay para sa lahat. Hindi nagtatapos ang mga ugat ko sa aking kundi nakarugtong sa dugo ng mga naghihikos sa buhay.
Lahat tayo isda, lumalangoy hanggang sa dulo. Lahat tayo dalampasigan, ang simula na sumasalubong sa nilalangoy na dulo.
I often hear modern Filipinos mourning the death or lack of awareness about traditional art forms and artisans. Yes, there should really be a concern and concerted effort to save and document what we can while it is still there for the saving. But I also would like to think that our genetic memory allows us to recognize and connect with traditional art forms even when these are reinterpreted and updated for our own times. Our love for harmonious beauty, for skill, for values made real and tangible through art. These are our connections, our links to tradition, and to the Filipinos who made and continue to make tradition live on. In the end, we are our own best materiales fuertes. Truly, by any other word, in any other age, Dayaw is always